Hello ASHK parents and students. I hope you are well. We are certainly looking forward to welcome you back to the campus in a few days' time. I am sure that none of us thought that when we left here on January 22nd at the start of the Chinese New Year holiday that we would not be able to return for 4 months. So many things have happened in the time we've been away. However, the end is in sight, and I'm pleased now to have this opportunity to speak to you about our school resumption plans. I assure you that we have worked very hard to get the school ready. As you would expect, we're very interested in your safety and in your well-being, and that for all students and staff. In order to help you better understand our plans, we have introduced this short video to share with you some of the measures that we have introduced to ensure that everyone is comfortable with the return to school. Our focus in the video is on some very simple arrival and departure procedures, which your parents also need to be familiar with. We will also look at plans in place for lunch and recess and the expectations that we have for you when walking in the corridors. Classroom procedures will be addressed by your homeroom teacher when you arrive at your designated day. I hope you will find this video to be informative and helpful. I thank you for giving it your careful attention. The first point I would like to stress at the outset is that all students and staff members are required to wear face masks upon arrival and throughout the day. Students are required to bring their own mask. We ask that you bring 2 per day in the event that you have to change your mask for whatever reason. We would like students to arrive between 7:30 and 7:45 a.m. We recognize that those of you traveling to school by bus may arrive a bit earlier. To the extent possible, we would like to stagger start times to further reduce clusters at the beginning of the day. Please note which entrance you are to use. Secondary students, those in grades 6 to 9, you will enter through the gate where the school buses enter. And in order to ensure your safety, we will have staff on the driveway to ensure that you stay in the corridor marked by the orange cones. Grade 3 to 5 students, you are asked to use the gate that you normally use and will enter the building using the main entrance. And grade 1 and 2 students will also walk through the regular gate, but will enter the school by walking around the building and going through the rear garden area. At the lineup near the arrival station, we would ask you to maintain social distancing and not crowd around the tables. Please use the lines on the ground to ensure proper spacing. While in line, one of our staff members will ask to see your temperature record sheet. The government has insisted that all parents take their child's temperature prior to departure from school and that this be recorded daily. All parents are asked to sign the sheet, and all students are asked to bring the sheet to school on a daily basis. We will provide you with a copy of these sheets when you arrive on your first day. At the arrival station, we will take your temperature and ask you to use the hand sanitizer to clean your hands. You will then be required to go directly to your classroom. Please note that the playground is closed in the morning prior to school. Students in grades 6 to 9 will use the rear staircase to gain access to their classroom in the morning. Please go directly to your locker and then the classroom. Do not congregate around the lockers. You may use the washroom if necessary once you have checked into the classroom. Students in grades 3 to 5, you will use the elevator staircase to access your classrooms in the morning. We remind you not to stop in the playground area. Please place your bag in your cubby and go directly to your classroom. You too may use the washroom if necessary once you have checked in with your teacher. Grade 1 and 2 students will use the lobby staircase to go to the classroom. So you will see that we have reduced the number of tables in the cafeteria and we have moved them further apart. Only 6 students will be permitted at any one table. No student will be sitting immediately beside or across from another student. We will assign tables to certain grade levels. As face masks will be worn while you enter and exit the cafeteria, we ask that you bring an envelope or pouch to place your mask in while eating. No lunches will be sold. The food servery is closed. All students must bring their own lunch. All students must bring their own eating utensils. The vending machines will not be available for use. The break between 2 lunches is 20 minutes, and this will allow for thorough cleaning of tables and chairs. Please note that the library will not be available during lunch. And as grade 1 and 2 students will only be attending for a half day, they of course do not need to bring a lunch as well. Students will follow hallway procedures that are fairly simple. We ask you to walk on the right side of the hall and stairs at all times. When waiting to enter a room, you are asked to stand apart to support physical distancing. Teachers will designate times for students for hand washing. At recess time, we will designate where you are expected to be during the recess break. I hope you understand that we could not have every student go where they want to, otherwise we would have too many students in any one area. We have also added additional recess breaks to spread students out even further. Once you return to school, we will share the recess schedules with you, and you will be expected to maintain proper distance from one another during the break. We remind all students to take home your temperature record sheet at the end of the day. At 11:45 a.m. after period 5, the grade 1 and 2 students will go home. Grade 1 parents are permitted to come inside the school grounds and meet their child at the front of the school near the playground. Grade 2 parents are invited to come inside the gates and meet their children where the buses assemble. At 2:35 p.m., the grade 3 to 9 students will go home. We ask that all parents in grade 3 to 9 remain outside the school grounds and not come into the campus. There will be no after-school activities and no staying on campus to allow for a thorough cleaning at the end of the day. In closing, I recognize that some of you may feel that these measures appear daunting or extreme, but I assure you that we have thought very carefully about this. We are guided by the requirements issued by the EDB. We think they are proper, we think they're manageable, and they should not get in the way of providing you with a positive and enjoyable return to school experience. We look forward to seeing you back in a few days' time. Thank you for your attention to this video. Bye for now.